Hello, Dave.
Hello, Matt. How's it going?
Tired?
Yeah?
Yeah, I just finished 25 days in a row.
25 days in a row.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Everybody's like, you're not working this week? And I'm like, no, I'm going to sleep.
We need to sleep as well. It's, man does not live by work alone, but I'm with you on that. I tend to lean in that direction just as much as you do.
Right.
Okay, are we recording?
We are indeed.
Okay, your cover message here says, Dave, Lily Tomlin voice, what you holding now, Manly. What's that from?
Lily Tomlin, when she was on, I think it was Laugh-In, did the telephone operator. And one of her jokes that she would do would be, please hold, and she would, be switching stuff. At one point, she goes back in the line and goes, what you holding now?
Okay, all the way back to the Laugh-In days. Yes, that was Ernestine, the telephone operator.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, I would respond to what you holding now with the tagline for Cool Hand Luke. Sometimes the best hand is no hand. Okay, it's June 1st, and you know what that means. I do indeed. It's Bashful Benjamin Dow's 47th birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Bashful Benjamin Dow. Happy birthday to you. Now he's going to have to listen to it. And how are we celebrating? Did you say, quote, by answering inane questions about Cerebus minutia with a question mark, unquote? Because we are. Quote, what is Jacka's inseam? Quote, who asked this crap? So that would be pretty esoteric. What is Jacka's inseam besides something of great fascination to Cerebus? Anyway, it's your turn to remember Jeffrey Seiler. You know, Jeff, how do you pronounce that? Shecky McAsscrap was what I thought it was, but it looks like it's ass crepe.
It's ass crap. The E is silent.
Oh, the E is silent, of course. Baldy guy, glasses, had a thing for Jimmy Buffett and the Kansas City Royals. Ringing any bells? No? He sent you a letter that time. Yeah, Grandpa, that guy. Yes, it is my turn to remember Jeff. And I'm starting to get a little lost on which parts we talked about and which parts that we haven't talked about. But I guess this time what I want to talk about, and probably for the next couple of times, is the really inexplicable things that happened in proximity to Jeff Seiler through, I would say, like the last last 6 months, the last 8 or 10 months of his life, and he died September 18th, 2021. So, and I just checked that on the memorial plaque here at the Off White House, because I was going, I'm pretty sure that Jeff was died and was still alive during the peak fever of the COVID-19 thing, which is why this became to me at the time, and is still in my mind a completely inexplicable thing, that one of Jeff's few activities, he led a really, really sedentary existence, particularly toward the end, partly because of his bad hips, partly because of his bad knees, partly because of the inclination just towards a sedentary major activity that he was engaged in was karaoke night. Do you remember that he was a devotee of this karaoke bar in Minneapolis?
Yeah. I remember towards the end of the Yahoo group, he was posting about that quite a bit of, or when I would talk to him, well, I got to go to karaoke.
Right, which always seemed odd to me. Like if I had to guess somebody who would be up for karaoke night, Jeff Seiler wouldn't be in the top 20 list. And so, getting to the inexplicable part. The city of Minneapolis, at some point in 2021, which, like I say, was still when the lunatic COVID-19 rules were in effect, suddenly lifted the rule on karaoke bars and allowed, I don't know how many karaoke bars there are in Minneapolis, or that there were in 2021, but at least the one that Jeff was going to, they lifted the restriction on karaoke bars. And I'm going like, okay, every time I think, all right, give it the benefit of the doubt, there is something to this COVID-19 thing. It's, now you're doing that thing again where you're taking a hard and fast rule that you said, this is the science, and this is the science that we are following. And not only were karaoke bars banned, public singing in a public venue was banned, and singing in church was banned because of the notorious droplets. This was what we all had to fear for our mortal lives, was droplets, and nothing produces droplets in a greater profusion that can't be screened by masks. Not even the legendary N95 mask could save you from droplets when they were reduced to aerosol level, and singing did that. So that was one of those inexplicable, why did the city of Minneapolis, which is definitely hardcore red state, hardcore blue state. It's definitely a liberal environment. Why did they suddenly allow this genocidal level activity? But of course, Jeff was thrilled, because that was the biggest thing that he missed, apart from just going out to get groceries and stuff like that, or going to the occasional restaurant. Jeff was a complete homebody most of the year, because Minneapolis is one of those places like Kitchener, where a good, it's only 2 seasons, winter and bad sledding, and he with good reason, spent most of his time at home. So that's as far as I'm going to go on that one. But the next time it's my turn, I'm going to pick up on the karaoke thing and go through a few more inexplicable situations that, if they didn't just occur because they were in proximity to Jeff Seiler, it certainly had that illusion for me.
Well, as Tundis named him, he was the effing magnifier. Right.
Exactly that thing, and one of those, because he was so extravagantly focused on me, for which I was very grateful, because he was a great patron and a great fan. It was, is this directed at me? Did I somehow get Jeff Seiler and in a metaphysical possessive sense, and how careful do I have to be about Jeff Seiler? So I tended to be very, very careful about Jeff Seiler, which he appreciated as well. I definitely kept track of virtually everything that he told me, and that ties